Hey, hey, good afternoon, my paper crafting makers. Happy Sunday crafternoon to you. This is a pre-recorded Facebook Live. I'm sorry, I'm getting everything kind of situated here. So it's a pre-recorded Facebook Live because I am on vacation. But for you guys, you're viewing this on April the 16th, so middle of the month of April. Holy cow, right? So as we jump into April, a couple things before we get crafting today. Just to remind you that we do have the last chance lists. Your best bet as far as knowing what is still available on these lists and the savings is to go directly to my online store, which is dawnscreativechalet.stampinup.net, and shop there if you can. It's going to give you the up-to-date, like it'll tell you immediately if an item is available or not. So that's the best way to approach it. Yeah, but anyway, just want to let you know that this is still going on, and there are some good prices on things. And I've posted this and pinned this in both my group and here on my page for you guys. So if you still need to print this, you may. Also, just to let you know, speaking of the last chance list or the retired items, a few weeks back, I did a Facebook Live going through both of these catalogs, so we could all mark everything that's retired together, wanting to make it a little bit easier. And it's always good. I know I'm a very visual person myself, so it's always a good thing to do, right? But anyway, also, in case you are wanting anything as we craft today that you want to put on your shopping list, this is my April host code. But if your order is $150 or more, please do not use the host code, and make sure to enjoy those Stampin' Rewards, or as I call them, free product credit, yourself, right? Okay, so with that being said, today, oh, wait, I have more. Fooled you. So this is covering some things from the past just because, well, I'm going to use this yet, and well, anyway, I'm recording in the future, so it messes me up in my head a little bit. But just to let you guys know, we're at the 16th of the month, so we're halfway through April. Mentioning once again, a reminder that on Thursday, May the 4th, instead of, well, it's still a card class in my eyes, but we're calling it a catalog kickoff. So, and I'm also bumping it up a week. Normally it would be on May the 11th. I usually have my card classes on the second Thursday of the month, but I'm going to be gone. I'm doing a team retreat type thing that weekend. So I bumped up class, or our kickoff for the new catalog, for Thursday, May the 4th. Make sure to sign up for that if you're local. We're going to play with new products and the things that I'm getting from pre-order and that I may get from the first catalog order as the catalog goes live on May 2nd will be displayed on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Catalog kickoff. So it'll be stamping, something sweet possibly, and just a lot of fun. So hands-on with new products, and we always love that, right? And then the same week on Friday, we'll have Starbucks Sip and Stamp, which is a free make and take, a free craft at Starbucks, 12 noon to 2 p.m. on Friday, May the 5th. And then on May 6th, we have my huge BOGO event over at Amber Township Hall in Scottsville, Michigan, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Make sure to tell all your friends. It's one of my biggest events of the year. What I do with my BOGO is I take everything that's retiring or has retired, and I may still have it. I mark it to the price that's in the catalog. And then you guys shop till you drop. And I will accept, we're going to try square. We got our new equipment for Square, so I can accept credit cards, cash, or check. And what you spend at the event, you're going to get a coupon towards the same amount with an order out of the brand new catalog. So I encourage you to shop over your coupon. Obviously, it helps my business, and all you're responsible for is any overage, shipping, and tax. So you're getting a BOGO. Buy one, get one free. It makes sense, right? So anyway, just wanted to mention that. And that'll be on May the 6th on Saturday. The other two things I wanted to talk to you about is, first of all, Paper Pumpkin. Right now I don't have that information for the May kit, but we will. But if you want the May Paper Pumpkin, make sure to sign up for that by the 10th of May. All right, I'm going to let you guys look at this, but what I'm going to talk about is some in-color stuff, new in colors, and a paper share. Just to remind you, and for those who are on my mailing list have been seeing this, and I need to get a response from anybody who's interested as we approach the end of April. So first of all, we have an in-color club. The in-color club is a lot of fun. What you get each month is a pack of 8.5 by 11 cardstock, the ink pad, the ink refill, the pack of 2 blends, a part of a pack of the 6 by 6 pattern designer paper in the in color, one of the markers, and you get one every month as far as the Marvy markers, and a bolt of the texture ribbon, along with a handmade card from me, and there may be a surprise in there for you as well each month. And that is a commitment for 5 months, so one in color each month. This is a great way to affordably be able to afford getting all the things in color, right? And it helps us spread it out over a 5-month period. It's kind of like QVC. Anyway, it's a commitment of $70 a month. That includes shipping right to your door. So that's pretty awesome. And that is, like I said, a 5-month commitment. Make sure to let me know ASAP. There's been a little bit of information floating around on Facebook for you between my group and my page. And also, if you are part of my newsletter, you're getting that information as well. The other thing that I'm offering for the very first time is a paper share. So you'll see either in my my newsletter or on Facebook or my blog some information about that as well. The commitment for the paper share is just a one-time $78. And what I'm doing, and I'm looking for the ad here as we speak. So I have a list of the designer series papers, or in our world we call it DSP, and specialty papers that are new in this new annual catalog. And what I do need to do is have a 4 minimum to commit. So I need a few more yet, you guys. So see if you can help me out here. What's really cool about it, it ends up being a 6 by 6 in size paper sampling of all the papers that are listed in my little ad. So it's a lot of the DSP and many of the specialty papers, not every single one, but many of them. And if you were to purchase all of these packs of papers individually, it'd be like $268 and some odd cents. But what I do is I divvy it up to 4 people per grouping, I guess you want to call it, and it only totals $78. And that includes shipping right to your door. So think about it. Please let me know ASAP. Like I said, this week I am on vacation, but message me directly. Send me a text message. That way I know I get that information. If you just post on Facebook, that could get lost, especially with me being in and out a lot this week. And as it gets to the last part of the sign up is when people normally feel the pressure and decide, yes, I think I want to go ahead and participate. So please make sure to message me directly by texting me. Send me a message on Messenger so I'm receiving it directly to me and not just on Facebook. All right, so that is a little bit more about the paper share and the In Color Club. Like I said, I'm really super excited. I love doing this type of thing. It's just fun to get a package together that I can send over to you. And there's nothing like getting Happy Mail, right? All right, one last thing, a little bit about our online exclusives. So these products are only available to you online at my online store. Now, with that being said, if there's something that may not be available, it lets you know right away, which is pretty awesome. One thing though, that's kind of a bummer, Stampin' Up! Does not do back orders anymore. So if there's something that you're wanting, we need to stock it for you if it becomes unavailable. But there is some fun products, you guys, and Stampin' Up! Is not getting away from a printed catalog. I just wanted to mention that because I keep getting asked that. They're not getting rid of the printed catalog. It is staying. But this gives Stampin' Up! A little more flexibility on adding even more products, which is pretty awesome. I love that. So with that being said, as they do add products, I will certainly let you know. Speaking of, what we're going to work with today is Growth Takes Time. This is a really neat stamp set. I'm going to give you some ideas today on that. And also, we are working with, I apologize for my printer, it's not the best, but we're working with these, which is the Radiating Stitches dies. They're a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So there's a little something I want to share. So this is, whoops, I'm going to put this up here a little bit. So it's a little bit out of the way. There we go. And like I said, this is the stamp set. And these are the Radiating Stitches dies. So you buy these separately. The stamp set's $24 and the dies are $32. Now I showed this a few weeks back, but I thought since we're using these, why not go through this one more time? Because not everybody watches every single time I'm on. So with that being said, I wanted to talk to you guys and point out again this bundle right here. This bundle is carrying over. I'm so happy because I want to show you something really magical. It's not so much the stamp set, although I think the stamp set is really cute. But what I want to talk about are these dies right here. These that nest within each other and these that also nest within each other. Pretty awesome, right? So let me show you something. I want to give you guys, I'm going to move this out of the way, give you a visual with that. There we go. And what I did a few weeks back is I cut out some cardstock just to show how well these play together and mesh together. I love this. So this is your, this is your card base, which is 5.5 by 4.25 inches. I had to think about that. All right, so this is your card base. So this die right here, this big die, not only embosses, but it also cuts. So it actually cuts this rectangle right here. And as you can see, it gives these beautiful stitches into the cardstock. Pretty cool. So this is, I should have actually cut this in a different color, but that's okay. You guys see it. There we go. So that's a great first layer, right? Well then, as we get into these, what are these dies called exactly? Scallop contour dies. I don't know why I can never remember this. But if you want to just get the dies, you can. And that item number is 155560. Just in case you need it. Okay. Anyway, so I cut out the second to the largest scallop rectangle and it fits perfectly within there. Pretty cool. But wait, there's more. So then I cut out this second die right here, and it layers inside that perfectly. Isn't that cool? And then once again, I took the third largest die, the scallop, and it layers perfectly on top of that. And then once again, I cut out this third die. Well, make sure you guys can see that it is separate. There you go. And that is this die right here, and it layers perfectly inside there. And then once again, this is this die right here, the first, second, third, fourth die in the scallops. Whoops. And that layers perfectly. Isn't that cool? So it was a happy discovery from another demonstrator, and I just thought, why not share it? I wanted to share it again because I love to layer, and this is a great way to do it easily. And it looks really, really pretty. Then, of course, we have, I'm going to put these aside here for now. We have the circle and the smaller circle. This is an exterior circle. And then we have this cute heart. So with that being said, here's the circle. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way so you guys can get a better idea of the size of it. Here's the heart. Here is the smaller circle. We'll go ahead and just put him here for now. And then if you layer those two circles together, you get this fun little donut. An embossed donut, no less. I just thought it was kind of fun, and I really thought, you know, I have this stuff out. Let's just show this to you again and remind you that they will play very nicely together. Whoops. I think what I'll do is just set that aside. All right. Pretty cool. So we are playing with these today, and we are also going to make along with this set right here. And like I said, both of these items you can find in my online store. They are not in a catalog. And I love the sayings, and this cute little watering can is just adorbs. Now I did pre-cut everything, at least I think I did. I think I'm prepared. So let's go ahead and jump in. The ink that I'm using today is Old Olive and Memento Black. And then as far as my Stampin' Blends, we have Pool Party, Fresh Freesia, which is carrying over. This was one of our in colors. It's going to be in our core color families. Yay! This is Smoky Slate, Old Olive, and Crumb Cake. So if you're looking at what colors did I use, those are the colors. We're going to put them aside. We're going to do a bit of coloring today. So it's going to be probably a little bit longer of a video, but you know, that's okay. You can skip whatever you need to. All good. So this is the first card that we're going to make today. Oop, I have my notes stuck behind it. So this is the pretty card. All right. With that being said, this is Pool Party cardstock. I cut it at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 inches. My liner inside the card is basic white, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to go ahead and just stick this inside the card, just like so. And I did cut out another piece of Pool Party cardstock with that largest die. Isn't that pretty? And we're going to attach this with dimensionals. My most favorite thing ever. They can never get rid of these. If they do, life will stop. Just saying. All right. Go ahead, stick these together. Just like so, and center it-ish, and stick that down. And then this piece of cardstock, oh my goodness sakes, I've lost my notes. just like that. Well, by golly. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll measure it. Jeez, I tell ya, I'm a hot mess. So let's see here, 2 5/8 by 4 is what I cut the basic white at. And we're gonna go ahead and we're going to stamp this in Memento Black along with the largest tree. Isn't that cool? So I put it on a larger block, and usually when you stamp with a larger block, instead of trying to sit there and pounce it on the ink pad, because this is a lot bigger than the ink pad, what I like to do is lay my stamp so it's facing me and just go ahead and ink it while you're resting the stamp on the table. This is actually going to help you see where you've inked it and if you do need to apply any more ink. And I'm going to stamp it right in the center-ish. There we go. And close this up before I have a mishap. There we are. And then I'm going to color the tree, I think with the darker of the crumb cake. Even though well, you know what? I did do Old Olive just because it was kind of pretty. Let's do that. We'll give it more color. Why not? In our world, it's art. Ooh. I just seen. Ooh, I am out of seal. Let me go ahead and replace that. So you guys can see. Some of you may not have ever used our seal before. What is really nice is that they're really easy to replace. You just take it out of the package. You take the, there's two sides, it splits open. That's the only way I can describe it, I don't know. And then as you can read where it says stamped and seal, put it into place. Sandwich it together and you're good to go. All right. Anyway, sorry, minor distraction. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna use the thinner tip here, more of, I guess, the bullet, if you want to call it that. And we're going to go ahead and color this tree really quick. Actually, some of the coloring, maybe I could have done this in advance, but hey. Like I said, if you would rather not watch me color, I get it. You can always fast forward it. This is going to be a swampy tree. I actually like the bark green. I think it does give it a little more color than just using the crumb cake. But hey, you know, if you want, you could have a purple tree. It's all art. There are no rules. Okay. And then I went ahead and I used, let's see here. We'll use the lighter Pool Party and the light of the Fresh Freesia. And we're just going to go ahead and color in the leaves, kind of which way and ever. It's actually not as easy as I thought it would be because I don't want to stick my head into the camera because you definitely don't want to see that, trust me. All right, there we go. And then the Pool Party. So while you guys are watching this, we're getting situated in West Virginia, and we've taken our side-by-side. It's kind of like an ATV, enclosed ATV thing, and we are riding in the mountains. So I will be posting pictures so y'all can see what we're up to. I thought it'd be kind of fun too. And hoping that there'll be blooming trees. Speaking of trees. Okay, easy enough, right? We're gonna go ahead and stick this on. I'm gonna do it direct with seal. Whoops. There we go. And stick this down in here like so. And then I've cut a stitch circle. This is from the Stylish Shapes, I believe. Yes. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment in Old Olive ink. Be gentle with yourself. We all need to remind ourselves of that, don't we? Some days the world is crazy, so, you know. Now, if I don't get this right, oh, I think I did. I was going to say, I stamped one just in case. Prepared, I'm thinking. All right. We're going to go ahead. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Uh-oh. We need to add ribbon. How can I forget ribbon? Oh, my lordy. So we're going to put the ribbon across here like this. Glad I caught myself, right? See, even pre-recording, I make mistakes, but that's okay. We all do when we're crafting. And really, it wasn't a mistake because I can fix it. And we're going to put a little bit of adhesive along the edge. Oops. And there we go. Wrap it around. Stick it back down to the card. It's a good thing I didn't press too hard on that, right? Was able to remove it. And then I did already create my bow. It got a little squished here where we'll make it more perky. And taking my mini glue dots, sticking this to the one side, and then we're going to adhere this circle with dimensionals, just because I like my cards nice and poofy. Okay, there we go. Now on the original card, I used the heart pearls, but they are retiring. So I grabbed my pearl basic jewels. I always have a tendency to go for these and the basic rhinestones because they always look good on a card. You can't go wrong with bling, right? We'll go ahead, open these up, and grab my take your pick tool, and we're gonna go ahead and we'll add the smaller ones. They're so cute and dainty. And then this one right here. And there we go. That is card number 1. Easy enough. And by the way, I tell you what, if you guys comment on this recorded Facebook Live while I'm gone, just comment. Say hi, hashtag replay, let me know where you're viewing from, whatever it is, say something and comment and share the video. And if you comment and share this video, I will put you into a drawing for me to send you one of the cards. How about that? That would be fun because I love to send cards and we love to share, right? Sharing is caring. Okay, so this next card, hopefully I'm not going to lose the instructions here, opens up like this. Super easy fun fold. I love it. And this is so cute. And here's another tree. So this is a piece of smoky slate, I believe. Yep, it is smoky slate. I cut it 4.5 by 11 and I scored it at 5.5 inches. And then I turned it this direction and I scored it at 2 3/4, I believe. Yes, 2 3/4. So basically it's just bending it backwards. So we have this cute little Z type of a flap. Super easy. And then for the inside of the card, whoops, I'm almost losing my heart here. I don't want to lose my heart. What I did is I cut a piece of the basic white with that outer die, and we're going to use that as the liner inside our card. I was like, where did my seal go? It was right in front of my face. Oh my gosh, I'm sure you guys can relate. You get things all over, you know, the table, and then before you know it, it's lost, and you're like, where did it go? And then I've also cut another piece of the smoky slate, and this is cut at 2.5 by 4. I ran it through, oh, that's right. There's a set, let me show you these. I think I have them all together. Maybe. Yeah. No, maybe not. Here we go. These are at my online store as well. They're a set of 3 embossing folders. I love this. This is a great way to add texture and interest to a card. So I've used this one here. It's a set of 3 for $30. So if you guys want them, grab them up. They are so much fun. But I love this one. I love the texture that it gives because it's nothing too drastic, but it just gives a little extra something on it. Anyway, squirrel, 2.5 by 4, and we're going to go ahead and layer it to the front of this flap right here. Just like so. And then I've cut a piece of Pool Party at 2 3/4 by 4.5. And then I've also cut this rectangle from the Radiating Stitched dies, and we're going to layer those together. But first, let's do some stamping. So I need the smaller tree. I've already cut this little guy out. Isn't he cute? So I stamped it and just cut it out with paper snips. I've also run through with our vellum cardstock one of the hearts, or a heart from that die set. And I've tied a bow ahead of time. I'm going to take our Memento ink because this is the ink that plays nice with our Stampin' Blends. I'm going to go ahead, stamp that tree, and oh, I also need the sentiment. That would help. Growth takes time, and we're going to stamp that in black as well. Stamp that right there. Alrighty. A little crooked, but you know, it's okay. It's handmade. I keep telling myself, it's okay. It's handmade. All right, we're going to go ahead and take the crumb cake and just quickly color this tree. Isn't it cute? And then, let's see here, take the, this is the darker of the two. Maybe we'll use the lighter of the two. So the lighter Old Olive, and we're just gonna color in the grass. And then we'll color the leaves. Just like so. Isn't that cute? And then for our little watering can, I want to use Smoky Slate and Pool Party. So I'm going to use the lighter Smoky Slate first. Whoops. Hope I'm getting that in the, there we go. So I hope I'm not cutting you guys off. I get to crafting and creating, and then I don't pay attention to what I'm supposed to be paying attention to. I'm getting in the zone. All right, and then we're going to color this part of it. Cute. And then just to outline it a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and just add some accents there. All right. And use the darker of the Pool Party. And there we go. And I think I'll use the light Pool Party. And we'll go ahead and add that to the water that's going to water the tree. There we go. And I do want to grab my eraser, because what I did is I did a little line around that to cut around. It just made it easier for me. It's a visual thing. We're going to go ahead and attach this with a dimensional. And then we're going to stick that, once again, to the Pool Party piece. And then we'll attach it to the card. And of course, add a bow and add some pearls. All right. So when you attach this to the card, just make sure you do remember, and ask me how I know, only put adhesive on the left side, not the entire back. Otherwise, you're going to glue, whoops, oh my goodness sakes, we got glue all over me. You'll glue your card shut. That's not good. Not good at all. All right, we're going to go ahead and, whoops, you know what? This goes with something else. What did it go with? I don't know. Well, anyway, we're going to set that heart aside. You're like, I don't know. Why are you asking me, right? All right, we're going to add the bow that I've already tied and bring back our beautiful little pearls and my Take Your Pick tool. And we will add a little bit of pretty, because that's the way we rock. And let's see, one more. Where should I put it? How about here? There we go. So that is card number 2. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Isn't that fun? I love that fold. Okie dokie. And then card number 3. And there is something that I did forget to grab. Reach over and get it. I think we're going to need this little bad boy. So this card right here, again, same color theme. We're sticking with everything the same, so it's easier to create multiple cards with the same colors. But this card here, it opens up just a basic, easy fold. This is Pool Party. I cut it at 5.5 by 8.5. Scored it at 4 1/4, and there's all my goodies. And then for the inside of the card, I cut a piece of basic white at 4 by 5 1/4. You know, the last card, did you guys catch it? I forgot to stamp the tree on the inside, but that's okay. I'll do that later. The fold is what the most important part is anyway, isn't it? And it's just fun to do some different folds. All right, so this I cut with the largest of the Radiating Stitches dies. I'm going to adhere it to the card with seal and center it-ish. And then I want to take this piece. Now this I cut with the Radiating Stitches dies as well. And what I wanted to do is give it a little soft look. So I took my old olive ink pad, and this is one of our, I want to call them the baby size, the fun size. We have the larger blending brushes, but this is the smaller of the two, and I kind of like this size. I don't know, I have small hands anyway. And then let's go ahead and take, I'm going to grab a piece of scrap. So I don't want to get this all over, because knowing me, I would. And I just want to soften up the bottom. So I'm going to start off the edge first of all. And this is going to be our grass. Just a little bit. Nothing major, right? And if you want more intense color, of course, just continue to add more color. It's always easier to add than to remove. So I say go light first and then play with it. If you want it darker, more intense, then just add a little more ink to it. And then I'm going to need my large tree, my Memento black ink, and once again, inking up the tree with Memento. Stamping it onto the grass here. We'll go right about there. Even pressure, don't rock your stamp. Ta-da! There we are. I love this tree, it's so pretty. And then again, we're going to color it with, let's go with the light crumb cake. Might be too light. We'll see. We'll see. And again, I don't want to get my head in here. It just adds really, really light color, doesn't it? I like that. Squeaky squeak. Sounds like one of my puppy's toys. Can you guys hear that? All right, there we are. Very light color. And then I'm going to use both the light and dark of the Old Olive, and we'll go ahead and just play with coloring our leaves. Just random here and there and everywhere. I am so excited for spring to truly kick in. I miss having leaves on the trees. And it feels like I'm in Michigan. I'm on the northwest side along Lake Michigan. And it just feels like winter lasts forever. It's the season I least enjoy, and it's the season that's the longest in Michigan. All right, there we go. And then the light Old Olive. Let's see, I don't want to forget any of these little guys. There we go. There's that one. And you don't even really have to color them in perfectly. I think that's what makes it more artsy. Let's see, did I forget any? Oh, here's a couple. Okay, I think I got it. Close enough, right? And then if you really want to do something fancy, let's try this. Just because I can. Let's get this out of the way though. And then, oh yeah. Whoops, I almost splotched too much, but hey, that's okay. It's okay. I like that. I like adding splatters to stuff. I think it's fun. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and attach this with dimensionals. And I've actually already cut out a stitched shape, and I even accidentally, I must have really gotten involved with prepping, and I already stamped it in Old Olive. And this is one of the sentiments in that stamp set as well. So we're gonna go ahead and attach it direct with a little bit of seal on the right side. And stick that right there. And let's see here, right about there, because I need room for my bow. And again, a couple of glue dots. And there we go. And then, of course, we need to add the bling bling. Let's see here. Add the pearl there, and right about here. Looks good. Okay. That is, gosh, what card are we on? Was that number 3? Holy cow. We're cruising right along. Awesome. Okay. Card number 4 is doing something fun. Heat embossing. Heat embossing is something that I don't show often on a live, but it's so much fun. And it's one of the first things that I seen as I started to stamp. And this is what really had me fall in love with stamping, is heat embossing. So cool, right? And it really pops on the black. So for those of you who may have never heat embossed before, this is going to be fun for you to watch because it's like magic. It just pops right in front of your eyes. So there's a few things, of course, I've done in advance. First of all, I've cut a piece of black cardstock at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Cut a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4 for our liner inside the card. And go ahead, attach like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside. We're going to use this piece of Pool Party. I cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I went ahead, I was playing, and I cut out a whole bunch of these circles from that circle in the dies, and then some of the little baby circles in the dies. And what I want to do, actually, I think I'm going to use, let's use this. I'm going to use my liquid glue. If you guys watch me much, you know I'm a hot mess with this stuff, but I think it's going to work out better and quicker. So what we're going to do, the middle is going to be covered anyway, right? Because we're going to have this black piece covering it. So all I really want to concentrate on is around the edges. So I thought it would be fun to add some texture to the card with these circles. Now, you know, it'd be really cool. And I think I may have posted, maybe not. Maybe I need to do that. A card where I had cut out different colors, bright colors of these circles and made a background. It was really cool and a lot of fun and so easy, right? It's like you're making your own texturized DSP, so to speak, I guess, kind of, sort of. But anyway, a lot of fun and just a different way to use these dies. Because I know, whoops, I think there's 2 stuck together. I know when I can find more ways to use a tool, then that way I can justify buying it. I know, kind of a sick mind, but hey, what can I say? But, I mean, don't you feel like, you know, if you're going to purchase something anyway, don't you want to try to make sure that you can get as many uses out of that tool as you can? All right, so, and you're saying, Dawn, you're going off the edge. Why? You'll see in just a second. You'll see. Okay, actually, let's do that one there. And then we have another little guy. Actually, I think I have 2 more. Yeah. And we'll use him right there. Okay, I filled it up. So I even have more to play with for later. Okie dokie. So as we let that sit for just a second, and then what I'm going to do, just make sure that they're adhered. Oh no. Oh, he must have been one that was attached to the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my cardstock around, and what we're going to do is just go ahead and trim around the edge. How fun is that, right? Of course, it's a little easier to do if you let the glue dry, but we don't have time for that. Whoops. Ooh. Oh well, it's a little crooked, but it's okay. It's handmade. Just always remember that. It's okay. It's handmade. I didn't mean to do that, but you guys get the drift. All right. So what we're going to do is attach this to the card base with seal. Just like that. And then the next thing we're going to do is some heat embossing. So we're going to set this aside for a minute. Bring in my piece of black cardstock, and I did cut this with the Radiating Stitches dies. Bring in my Versamark ink pad. This is a glycerin ink pad. It's sticky, so think of it like sugar water, and it helps for your embossing powder to stick to where you've stamped the image. And then we're going to heat emboss and make that tree pop. So with that being said, I forgot to clean off my stamp. So let's go ahead and grab this guy. This is my Stampin' Chamois. All I do is add water to it, which is really nice because there's no chemicals involved in cleaning my stamps. And it does an awesome job. And the stamp case is something that you can purchase in the back of our annual catalog. I like to purchase those for my chamois. And also, if you are a member of Paper Pumpkin, I love to take advantage of the PDF that Paper Pumpkin supplies every month that you can print and put your stamp set in. So it matches all your other stamp sets. It's pretty cool. And I try to post that every month too. Okay, so we've stamped this in the Versamark. It's like invisible ink. This is also a great ink pad if you just want like a watermark look, like a tone on tone on any of your cardstock. This is an old tray. Stampin' Up! Has a new black one. I just happened to grab this one, so I apologize for that. This is our white embossing powder. I believe it's in what we call the basics in that grouping. It's like a grouping of 4 embossing powders. I've separated mine and they just all kind of float around in my drawer. So, whoops, you can barely see. Hopefully I stamped it enough because I don't have a spare. Don't tell anybody. We did. Cool beans. All right. There we are. Awesome. You can go ahead and just pour it on. And you don't want to flick. Don't be a flicker. Flicking, you'll take off half of the embossing powder, but just gently tap, tap on it. What's really cool about this tray, and like I said, Stampin' Up! Has one that's even prettier. It's black. It has the spout, as I call it, on the end, and then you can go ahead and put all of your powder right back into its cute little jar. No mess, no fuss, right? We like that. And then we're going to take our heat tool, and my Stampin' Up! Heat tool is in storage, so we're going to use the next best thing that I have on hand. This is not a hairdryer. This is a heat tool. So it's been in my stash forever, and it gets quite warm. So you wouldn't want to use this on your scalp, for sure. But as you guys watch this transformation of the heat and how it's starting to really pop, and I'll have some of my students ask, well, how do you know when it's done? Well, as soon as it starts changing its color, you know that it's done. And you'll know if you overheat it because it will start to discolor. So you don't want to do that, okay? All right, and with that, you now have a beautiful embossed white tree on black cardstock. Is that not the coolest thing ever? We're gonna go ahead and adhere it with dimensionals. I think embossing is a great way to make a pop on your card, and it's so simple to do. Okay, there we are. Attach it just like so, and then we're going to add our bow. It's like magic, they just appear. And attach it with dimensionals, and then again bring in our, take your pick tool, add some pretties, and there we go. So that was card number 4. How fun, right? So I hope that I've inspired you a bit with this really cool stamp set called Growth Takes Time. There we are. So there's 4 really cool ideas for you, and take it up a notch and change up the colors and see what you can come up with. And if you do happen to get this stamp set, make sure to share what you've done with it. I'd love to see. I appreciate you guys being here with me today. I wish I could be in person with you. I will be posting pictures of our adventures so you can see what we're up to with a large group of some really awesome peeps. All right, you guys, have a great week, and I will see you next week for Sunday Crafternoon with Dawn at 1 p.m. Eastern. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.